Hey friend, can I ask you something? Have you ever set a boundary with someone, said no to something, or asked for what you need, and immediately felt guilty? As if you were doing something wrong? Thought that you were being selfish or rude or a bad friend? I have. More times than I could count. For years, I thought setting boundaries meant I was a bad person, or a bad friend. Like I should apologize or explain myself for saying no to someone or something. I wanted to share with you today something that changed how I see boundaries completely. I realized that setting a boundary doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a healthy one. Let me share what this used to look like. There were more times than I could count where someone would ask me to do something, and I'd say yes, even though I didn't want to. Even though I was already stressed out. Even though it would cost me my peace. But I did it anyway, because I was scared. Scared they'd be mad or upset with me. Scared they'd think I was selfish. Scared they'd leave and wouldn't hang out or be friends with me anymore. But here's what I learned. The right people won't leave when you set a boundary. The right people will actually respect and appreciate it. The wrong people. They're not worth losing your peace for anyway. I would also set a boundary, then immediately feel guilty. I'd apologize over and over. I'd second guess myself. I'd even cave and remove the boundary I just tried to set. And every time I did that, I told myself a lie. That my needs don't matter as much as other people's comfort. But that's not true. Your needs matter. Your peace matters. Your time matters. So let's talk about how to set boundaries without making yourself feel guilty. First, remember that setting a boundary is self-respect, not selfish. You're not saying my needs are more important. You're saying my needs matter too. Second, keep it simple. You don't need to explain yourself or apologize. A simple, I can't do that, or I need some space is enough. You don't owe anyone a detailed explanation. Third, expect some discomfort. Setting boundaries is uncomfortable at first, especially if you're not used to it. That's okay. The discomfort doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means you're growing. Fourth, remember that sometimes no is all you need to say. You don't have to justify every decision. Fifth, practice. Set small boundaries first and say no to small things. Build up your confidence. It gets easier. Here's how you can put this to good use. First step is to work at starting to notice when you're saying yes when you want to say no. Pay attention to that feeling in your body, that tightness and resistance. That's a sign you might need to set a boundary there. Second, when someone asks you something, pause before you answer. Take a breath. Ask yourself, do I actually care about this? Or am I just scared to say no? Third, if the answer is no, say it. Simply and clearly. I can't do that. I'm not available. I need to pass. Fourth, sit with the guilt if it comes. Don't act on it or let it control you though. Remind yourself, my needs matter too. I am allowed to say no. Fifth, follow through. If you set a boundary, keep it. Don't let someone walk all over you or talk you out of it. That's how you build trust and respect with yourself. I'll be honest with you, setting boundaries is still pretty tough for me sometimes. There are still moments where I feel that guilt creep in, and I have to talk myself through it, especially if it's someone that's in my family or I'm close with. But here's what I know now. The people who respect me are the ones who will accept my boundaries. And the ones who don't? Well, they're not my people. Your peace is worth more than someone else's comfort. You're allowed to protect your time. You're allowed to say no. You need to protect and provide for yourself before you can for other people. So the next time you feel that guilt creeping in after setting a boundary, remember, you're not selfish. It's healthy. You've got this, friend. One more thing I like to do so I can see my progression and see if things are working or not is to track my progress. I created a monthly tracking tool that's 31 days long, so it will cover any month of the year, as well as a workflow to see if I was overreacting in certain situations. They aren't perfect, but they worked for me. So if you have any feedback, let me know in the comments. I have borderline personality disorder, and my emotions can be very, very strong. It took me a long time to figure this stuff out, so I thought I would share. And hopefully you can find some relief quicker than I did. Links for the tracking tool and the workflow are in the description if you want them. Like and subscribe if you would like to know when I post new videos. I'm going to try to do at least 2 per week, talking about what I've learned over the years. Hope it helps. Have a good day, y'all.